Let's make a pothole today on the potholder loom, which is actually identical on both the front and on the back. A lot of times our potholders won't be the same on front and back. They're slightly inverted on color or they're mirrored. Look at this. These are both identical front and back. This is the 4 Pinwheels Potholder, or Pinwheels of 4. And this fully charted pattern is free at Piglet's Portfolio Priceless Potholder Patterns. It's for free there at that website, and we have a link to that down below. And it's licensed under Creative Commons for free. We do have on our blog it all written out, so if you prefer not the chart version, we've had some visually impaired people actually say that the written version actually works really well for them, and because it's easier to see the over and under. So if you ever need that, we do have that written on our blog. The link is down below, and we do have our tutorials for right and left-handed people, so click down below to get those. Grab your supplies and we'll begin. Welcome to Good Knit Kisses. We're all about helping you stitch your love and love your stitches. I've got my supplies here, my loom tool, which I don't use as much, my crochet hook, which I use in the very end, and then my loops. So for the loops, you're going to need 20 of color A and 16 of color B. I'm using blue and red. Pick a nice contrasting color so that you can see that design pop out. All right, let's begin putting on our warp. We're going to begin with placing our loops vertically from top to bottom, bottom to top, pegs 1 through 18 as follows. Color A, which is blue in my case, pegs 1 through 3. Okay, so let's do pegs 1 through 3. Okay, and then we have pegs 8 through 11. So let's see, we've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Place it on 8, stretch it. So you've got 4 that are you're leaving untouched for now, and we're going to put it on pegs 8 through 11. So 8, let's see, 9, 10, and 11. And then 16 through 18, which are the last 3 pegs. And then color B, you're going to fill the remaining pegs. Here we go. And we're going to put those on 4 through 7. And then 12 through 15. So I have 3 of my blue, 4 of my red, 4 of my blue, 4 of my red, and 3 of the blue. Okay. When you've got that ready, meet me back up for the weave. For the weave, we're going to use the same color sequencing as we did on the warp. I've got these set aside in some groups. You'll see it here in a second. So I've got 3 in the A that we're going to start with in here in a moment. And then I've got the next 4 in B. And then we have another grouping of B. It's 4 because you can see the 2 groups. And then in the blues here, I've got 4 ready for the blue. So we're going to do 4 red, 4 blue, and then we're going to do 4 red again, and then finish off in 3 blue. So I have them in groups just to kind of remember for myself. Okay. All right. You're going to begin with A. We're going to weave under 1, over 1, and repeat to the end of the row. Pretty simple. Let's do that now. Again, pause your video if you need. You're going to place that and go under, over, all the way across. Make sure you're picking up both strands or both sides of that loop. And you'll end in an over. Push that up all the way. Working with A again for row 2. We're going to do the opposite. We're going to go over, under. So over, under. And repeat to the end of the row. Okay, now on row 3, we're going to change it up a little bit. We're going to start with under 1, and then we have a repeat, and we're going to go over 2, under 2, so over 2, under 2, 4 times. So over 2, under 2, over 2, under 2. That's the second time, and the third time, and the fourth time, and the last one we're going over 1. Oops. There we go. Make sure and push that up. All right, we're going to grab our next 4, which are contrast or color B. And this is row 4. We're going to go over 1 and place that. Okay. And we're going to go under 2, over 2. Under 2, over 2. And we're going to do that 4 times. Under, over a second time, under, over a third, under, over a fourth, and then we have 1. We're going to go under at the very end. Okay. Then row 5 with B, we're going to start our repeat, and we're going to go under 1, over 1, repeat to the end of the row. So under 1, over 1, and repeat that. Okay, and the next row, we're on row 6 with B. We're going to start our repeat over 1, under 1, and repeat that. So over, under, repeat, making sure, yeah, I went on top of that one. There we go. Repeat that across to the end. Okay, and last of color B for now, which is row 7, we're going to weave under 1 and then start a repeat. Okay, so now we're going to go over 2, under 2, 4 times. So over 2, under, once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, and then the last one, go over 1, place that. We're ready for color A again, and we're going to be working with 4 this time. This is row 8, and we're going to weave over 1, and then do our repeat. So let's see, make sure I've got it on the right one here. Okay, and we're going to go under 2, over 2, 4 times. Under 2, over 2, once and twice, 3 times, and 4 times, and then under 1 at the end. There we go. Keep pushing up. Okay. And now rows 9 through 16, we're going to repeat rows 1 through 8. All right, so we're going to look at row 1. And with A, we're weaving under 1, over 1, all the way across. Okay. So go ahead and repeat that. If you want to rewind and look at your video again, you're going to do that. Repeat until you finish row 16, and I'll join you for rows 17 and 18 and show you how to finish off at the end here. All right, pause your video. I will see you at the end of row 16. Well, we finished our row 16, ready to finish off our pinwheels. They're a little elongated now, and then it'll draw in once we get this bound off. So I'm going to begin the last 2 rows. We're working with row 17, and you can see I have my crochet hook out, and this is just to help me lift up a few of these. If you've seen these videos before, I'm doing the same that I've done before. We're going to begin with row 17 with a weave under 1 over 1. So I'm going to pick up this first stitch here and place my loop on. So I just pick it up and then put that down, and now I have this loop to work with. And I'll pick up every other one of these, since I'm just skipping every other one, and I'll pull up maybe like 3 or 4 at a time and then lay my loop down. It's much easier. So I'm going to pick up this one, this one, this one, and this one. So I'm just going backward, picking those up, and then I lay my loop all the way across onto the loop it's going to end on, and then place these back down, and then I will pick that one up again, this long one, and do that again. So we're going to do this one, this one, this one, and this one, and this will get us all the way across the row. So every other one. This is so much faster to me. Not that I'm in a hurry, but if you were creating a lot of these for a present, you might want to be in a hurry. Or maybe you make them for craft sales. Comment down below. Do you like to make them for fun, for friends, or do you sell them? All right, I'm going to push that down a little bit and get my last row. Row 18 with A, we're going to weave over 1, under 1. So I can simply place this on here for the over part, and then we're going to go under this next one. I like to get it locked in first with just one if I can, and it can be loose. All right, and now we're grabbing every other one, and they're going to be the ones that are kind of shoved down at the bottom. They're a little easier to spot now. So I'm going to pick up 4 of them, lay that long loop down, pick that back up and finish your row. There we go. You have your finished pinwheels on the loom, and now we're going to take them off with binding off. So catch up if you haven't, pause your video, and I'll meet you back for the bind off. Whenever I bind off on the potholder looms, I go the opposite of where this black peg is. Wherever you want to start is fine. I usually go to this corner, and I will work on this top row first, but I go 1 over. It's just what I do for a memory thing for me. So I'm going to go to this first peg on the vertical row, pick that up, and then we're going to go to the first peg on the top row, pick that up, and just simply pull the bottom through. You can use your fingers if you need to as well. Then go to the next one, pick up, and pull it through. So if it doesn't go for you, then you just pick up and loop over like that. Pick up the next one and loop over. That's it. You're just going to go all the way around the loom until you get to this second to last peg. Pause your video. I will meet you there, and we will finish it off together. See you soon. Okay, so I picked up the very last stitch that was on the peg. I'm going to set my loom aside, and now we're just going to pull it through. And we have one more loop. I'm going to connect it with that corner so it's closed off. So this very first one that's laying here happens to be blue. Pull that on through, and now you have a loop. Before I go on, I like to go ahead and hand block this out. So I stretch it on each of the sides just to kind of square it up a little bit. It just works well when I've got the loop on the end here like that, and then kind of go across. Okay, so here we go, and that loop is there holding on. And we're just going to go into the back. Doesn't really matter actually, because it's reversible. And then I'm going to go through another loop. So I take it off of that one and then pull that loop on through. Okay. And then I'm going to let go of it and go through another loop that's nearby. Just a single one. It doesn't have to be two of them. I'm just going through one strand is what I mean. And then pull on that through. And once you feel like you've got it in there, you are good to go. So that's what this pinwheel looks like here. Look at that. Check that out. So it's tidied up on the edges here. Looks very nice. And when we reverse it over, so study it for a second, I'm going to flip it over. It looks exactly the same. Isn't that great? I love it. So you can make this on a truly reversible blanket, trivet, purse, whatever you want to do with it. Not that you'd want a reversible in a purse, but you can feel like the inside of your purse looks the same, or bag looks the same inside as it does outside. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial today for our 4 pinwheels here on Good Knit Kisses. Be sure and check out all the other potholder patterns down below. The links for all of them are down there. We'll see you soon. Bye, everyone. Thanks for joining us today, where we help you stitch your love and love your stitches. See you again soon.